So I took all of the correspondence courses that I could down at detentions, not that I wanted to be a police officer. Then, I saw a position 6 months after I started my job. CSI, I was like, ooh, I might be doing that. But I had already committed to a year, so I had to finish my 12 months. So I went back to school on my days off and got a crime scene technology certificate on top of my 4-year degree.
It is, like, as I've been doing my internship, I've been trying to find schools that have, like, majors like hers, and it is so hard to find one that's in Colorado or, like, even remotely close. Like, a lot of them are in the East Coast, either up in, like, the New York area or, like, Florida, California, but a lot of, when I talk to the CSIs, a lot of the majors that they've done is biology and chemistry, and then they've minored in, like, criminology or something else. Like, there's the drug chemist. He's got pretty extensive schooling because of, obviously, chemistry and having to deal with drugs. But if you know what part you want to go into, it's a lot easier, because then there's, like, different courses that you can take that is specified to that. And, like, Metro is really good for drug chemistry. But if that's the course you want to take, then that's where you should go. But, yeah. So, these brushes are pretty cool. It's got a magnet in it at the bottom right here, and if you stick it in, you have all your little mag powder on there, and if you pull it out, it all goes away. And it's really easy to clean up because it just sticks to the magnet. So, pretty much touch your paper and dip it in and rub it on your paper. And then, just like this one, the fingerprint showed up. So, it's pretty easy, but it's also really fun.
What is that stuff? Is it
It's-
like an iron oxide?
There's like
It's a mixture?
there's a metal properties in it, and it's fingerprint powder and metal, or metal properties.
Just a mixture.
Just a mixture, probably graphite
Hmm.
and stuff. And you don't like want to pick it up and put it under your nose or anything like that, because it's like smoke going into your lungs. Hey, lungs. So there are CSIs that have in the past, because they didn't use proper safety or protective equipment. They've gotten cancer, they've gotten throat cancer, they've gotten lung cancer from just some of the different chemicals that we use.
Yeah, there's several different fingerprintings out there. There's iodine, which is kind of like in a pen, where you just blow through a tube and the iodine sprays out and you can see your fingerprint. There's ink pads, which are just a little compact thing. You can roll fingerprints. It's pretty easy. Well, kind of, depending on how you roll
You
your
actually have very good fingerprints when you did your rolls.
And then there is ninhydrin, which is a chemical where it has to dry for 24 to 36 hours and it shows up purple.
It reacts with amino acids that are in the fingerprints.
So that's pretty cool to look at. It just blows your mind out, like just even just touching like this, and then all of a sudden there's fingerprint there. I mean, you would have never thought, but it's pretty cool to watch these things happen.
And we're planting them, so it is very easy for us to collect them. Not every criminal eats a bag of Lay's potato chips before they commit, and they do use gloves. A lot of them have started using gloves, even if it's the knit gloves. Yes, ma'am.
So when you're looking for fingerprints like on a scene, is it like guess and check, kind of like where you're going, or
It is, but you also think about, okay, where did they enter?
yeah?
What would they have touched?
What did they touch? Like, a lot of times they have all these drawers open, and I can't always process the beveled. People want me to, or the wood surfaces, but if I put my tape on their wood, I'm pulling up the varnish, and if it's an antique, oops. Well, we do have this stuff called diploid tape, and there's a gel that's in it, and if you do find a fingerprint on wood, you can collect it. It's not a guarantee that you're going to get a good print, but you can, and it makes people feel better too that you are actually looking. But typically, if they come in through a window or they break through a door, I think about the path that they may have come into. We've had people break windows And then there've been shoe impressions on the countertops in the kitchen, or even in the kitchen sink, so I can collect those. You just think about, what did they touch?
Then how would you know that it's not the victim rather than
I collect elimination prints, if I can. Like if it was Jade's house, I would say, okay, this is your, or vehicle, let's go with vehicles, because for a while, I was getting idents on, or hits on vehicles, the vehicle owners. So not the person that stole it, I was getting the owner's fingerprints. It was a statistic, and I was doing my job, but we weren't getting the bad guys. So I would ask if I could get her fingerprints, her sister, her mom, and her dad's. And then if I did get some really nice latent fingerprints, I would compare those to eliminate them. Just like we do DNA swabs now. If I go and swab, all the handles in the house, that all the drawers that were open up, I'll ask the homeowners, do you mind if I collect the buccal swabs, because I want to get the cheek cells and saliva, and they'll eliminate that. They can extract that from the DNA profile, or compare that just like I would do a fingerprint. And go, oh, it's the homeowners. So a lot of it's just controls or elimination, is what we call it. Yes, sir.
Well, then how do you catch guys that wear gloves?
Well, we had Officer Hall shoot. Well, no, they didn't shoot back, but the guy shot at our officers. I processed the people of the cars, and I saw, the knit gloves that you wear in the winter sometimes? I kept finding this patterns on all the stolen cars. They would go and they'd steal cars, or they would break into houses, and we kept finding this pattern. So I started documenting it with a camera with and without scale, which a measuring device. I talked to Castle Rock. They had the same patterns. Well, the kids decided that they would bury the knit gloves. So they dug a hole in their yard and we got their knit gloves.
How did you get it to the kid though?
Oh, it was a long drawn out process. I didn't do it. I processed the scenes and I gave the information that I got to them.
But I mean, like
But even
where you step on, there's like a certain, like the dirt, there's stuff in it that makes it different from, say, in that back area where those horses are. There's gonna be horse manure everywhere, so that's gonna be localized to that area. But if you go like right next to the highway, you're gonna have a different property in there.
and also, how a glove is manufactured. Even every cut of pants is not exactly the same, so you can find
Different fibers. for
different
that.
fibers or different cuts or knitting. There might be a knot in this finger on this corner that's not on this hand, and then you look at that glove and you're like, oh, look at that.
Okay, so
If you guys want to, any of you all want to come up and process your paper?
there's gloves if you want to wear gloves.
It's quiet. You guys can wear gloves if you want to, you don't have to.
I'll wear gloves. Yeah, like CSI, Randy or whatever his name is, I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Oops.
Oh my goodness, somebody touched the paper. Well, Jade and Lynette had to process. One did a bank robbery note and one did a kidnapping ransom note. And it was pretty, give me $1 million or whatever and you get your kid back or something like that.
Is it real?
I was like, oh, that's crushing.
Are these all the same like shapes?
It is. They're all
Yeah.
mag powder.
Okay.
And
Thank
these
you.
are all mag brushes.
If you want to jump in
Just have
there.
a magnet in the end. And little
This
people love
one.
it because then they can clean it up.
And one thing that, it's, you guys keep saying, it's easy, and okay, but I want them to know that, yeah,
It's
this part,
training.
but it's all the training, the accountability, it's being called to court cases, it's
Yeah.
all that makes it much tougher.
We do have to explain the CSI effect now.
Oh, guaranteed, yeah.
Because we have to explain to the public that it's not within 45 minutes.
You probably didn't tell her my background. Yeah, but I,
Used to be.
Oh, wow.
And the campus cop might come by and say hi. But it's huge. Like there's just the accountability part. If you screw up, and we would get mad.
I actually had to testify on why the latent print wasn't suitable. There was no bleach detail, there was no there were no characteristics. But I had to get up on the stand and explain that. Explain my fault. It took me longer to spell my last name and go through my